I've downloaded the files and listened to the recording, Patrick, but we did that at 6 o'clock, and I think many people may have not been at their computer during that time.
Yeah, so basically they need to get in there and get those files downloaded, look at the templates that I have out there, the examples, and then the templates that are sitting there for the 1099 A, the 1099-C, the 1099 OID, the 1096 form, and then also the bill of exchange that I put in the zip package up there.
He has an audio and 2 zip packages, and even though it's over a dozen files, it's only 3 downloads. So even at the beginning of the call, if you could just download them and unzip them, and as Patrick's talking about each one of the documents, bring it up.
Yeah, you could open up the A, B, and C, or the A, C, and the OID, and then the 1096 and the bill of exchange. Okay, but basically the first thing you need to understand is that the 3 C's document of what was being said, and then I've got in red my understandings of what took place in the process. And is what they did back in 1871. They set up a dummy corporation, a copyrighted dummy corporation, out of the Temple Banking Bar of London. Okay? And then they also, at the same time, started setting up a dummy director, which is basically what they call the president. Now you can understand how come we had some real dummies sitting in that presidential office, like Clinton, Bush, Obama now. I mean, these guys are basically dummies, okay? They're not worthwhile to be running the damn country. They're out there for something else. And they are just a pawn in the damn picture. And they're traitors because basically to take that office as dummy director, they have to have a share in this corporate stock, this dummy corporation. So that Temple Banking Bar gave them a share in the dummy corporation that is operating for profit. So those presidents, all the way up from, and I think the first one was the drunk Grant, all the way up to this nitwit that we've got in there now. And then you've got the Secret Service running around and giving protection to a damn traitor to the American people. Secret Service and the U.S. Marshals and stuff like that, trying to protect the damn guy. And he's a traitor. Now we have the proof that he is. And that all these governors and everything are the same situation. They're basically dummy directors. And when you read the definition that I put in this Rev 3 of this 3 C's document, and it's in the zip package, it says, a person to whom a share of stock in a corporation is transferred in order to qualify him as a director. That's what a dummy director is. And that's basically what the president is. Now, they set up these dummy corporations, and then they gave us a dummy suit of armor in the form of being a USA citizen or a USA employee. So when we put on our suit of armor out here, then now the dummy corporation is the liable party to pay the bills. So you're under their protection. It's like at Walmart, okay? If basically you're a Walmart employee and you're in their store, and basically you get you harm a customer or something like that, and the customer is going to sue you. Who are they suing? They're not suing you. They're going to sue the corporation. You may end up getting fired out of a deal, but basically Walmart's going to be the one to pay the bill. Okay, so that's what we have to do is look at this, and basically all these movies out here that have had these robots out there to where the guy gets in the driver's seat of the robots, like the movie Matrix, the last one. They had the robots to where the guys got into the seat. The movie Avatar in 2006, I think it was, out there, and or no, 2009. And but there's been numerous other ones out here. All of the Puppeteer movies, okay, that were out there with the puppets, all the way back to Charlie McCarthy on Ed Sullivan Show. See, we have to come in and put on our item of protection. So when you look at these documents that I put up here, we now come in, like on the 1099 C form, okay, I have who is the creditor. The creditor on that one is going to be the United States of America Corporate Treasury is the creditor, care of USA Corporate Citizen / Employee - Patrick Devine, all capital. And then my address is all capitalized. And then the federal identification number is the federal zone number out here. Then we are an employee or a citizen of the corporate treasury, the USA Corporate Treasury, and you can sign for the corporate treasury. You can sign for Walmart if you're a Walmart employee. So on a 1099-C, we now set this off of the corporate debt owed back to the U.S. Treasury, Postal Usury Bond Banking System, for the public corporate loans by the services that were rendered to us as a corporate, or to our fictional person as a corporate USA citizen or employee. And then you would either use your SSN or EIN number, a state EIN number. Now you've got the USA Corporate Treasury behind you. Instead of what we've been trying to do was to put them off to the side. We were trying to go into combat without our suit of armor. Now, when you get this understanding, okay, then you can turn in this suit of armor and then go and put on your private suit of armor, which is going to be a robot that's about 10 times bigger than this corporate dummy suit of armor. But you're still going to have your foreign grantor dummy suit of armor. But it's going to be 10 times bigger, 10 times more powerful.
Hi, Patrick. It's Gita.
Yeah.
So basically, I should redo my OID with this new suit of armor then.
Yes, I would redo it and send it back to him and say, okay, let's go to court.
I'll just redo the OID, send it to the right places, and when that woman from Trader Joe tries to call me again, she was asking me questions about the OID, and I didn't really know what to say other than it is what it is. That's all I said to her.
Yeah, now, on the OID, if you paid out of your back pocket,
yes,
okay,
I did.
And basically this is a major corporation or a corporation out here, then basically they had to get a loan to start operating at the end of the fiscal year. Because at the end of the fiscal year, all corporations in this country have to zero their books. That's what upset Henry Ford. He wanted to carry some of his profits over and not give them out to the shareholders so that he didn't have to go to the banks to get a loan. But that's what they did in 1933 with all the corporations, too. They now have to zero their books, and then they have to go out and borrow money to continue operation. And who are they borrowing the money from? The USA Treasury. And the USA Treasury borrows it from we the people's treasury. Any questions on that?
So the companies didn't always have to zero out at the end of the year. That came in the 30s.
It came in basically in the 1913 when the bankers came in to start taking control.
Federal Reserve and all that.
Yes, and the Securities and Exchange and everything else.
That is a neat trick making them zero it out.
Yeah, they have to zero their books out. They can carry over for new construction, but it's got to be earmarked strictly for new construction. It can't be earmarked for going out and buying a trainload of coal for their damn power plants. They have to borrow the money to get that train of coal to start up the power plant the next day.
So they have to borrow everything to keep their store going, to keep all the merchandise going.
Yeah, it keeps them tied to the banks.
Yeah, it keeps them tied to the banks, and then basically they're paying interest back into the banks. And see, all we have to do as an employee or a citizen of this corporation is we just have to come in and order the cancellation of the debt back to the Treasury using these 1099-Cs, or if we paid out of our back pocket with the OID stating that they withheld the settlement of that, pay it. So now they have to pay that much taxes back to the Treasury. Now, when you've done the 1099-C or the 1099 OID for so much, then you turn around and you do a 1099-A, because now you have that money coming back into the Treasury to offset the lien that the Treasury is holding on our assets out here. So now it becomes the lien has been lifted. Now we can go in and pick it up as abandoned property.
So you have after the OID, you have to do the A to follow up.
You follow up with the A and a bill of exchange, a negative voucher, and a negative bill of exchange.
Okay, so the only thing I'm missing is the A, because I did the voucher and the bill of exchange.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you have to look at the 1099-A that I put up there because it is different, because it's coming in as from our foreign grantor trust dummy corporation.
Okay.
Okay, and we got a American citizen dummy corp, dummy banker clerk. Okay, so that's our suit of armor for our foreign grantor trust, which is really our bank. Because there is no trust in this country. Everybody thinks there's a trust running around here, but basically that word trust is basically a total bullshit word. And then, see, we come in, like with the Patrick Devine Foreign Grantor Trust, as the initial lender, and the borrower was the United States of America Corporate Treasury, care of us as the citizen employee. We were funding that, okay, as a citizen employee. And then basically the address there for that is going to be in Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C. And then the account number, we would either use our SSN or our state EIN on the 1099-A. Now, since we did an OID, the balance of the principal outstanding is going to be zero. But the fair market value of that is going to be what we have set off with the 99 OID.
Would that be the negative number in there?
No,
it's
a positive number.
Yeah, but it'd be the same amount. Okay.
It's the same amount, okay?
It'll be the same amount as the voucher, but in positive form.
Yes.
Okay. The date of our lender's acquisition, can we put today's date or just put today, the word? Or?
You put whatever date you want on there, okay? You're an employee, okay?
Gotcha.
And I would use the templates, okay, since you are an employee of this corporation, okay, or a citizen of this USA Corp. Use the forms that the IRS has on the website. What are they going to do? Find their own employee? It's going to come out of the Treasury then anyway, and it's going to go right back to the Treasury.
Yeah, I don't have any more 1099 OIDs, so I'm going to have to print them out.
I would just forget about ordering anymore because basically they're all, it's just a racket for them, okay, to try and control us. You can't print on those damn forms. You haven't got a typewriter, but basically we'll hammer out 5 or 6 pages through those damn things and make copies. But yet if you use the ones on the website and you set up your template, you can print out each one of the pages. Like for the OID, I think there's 5 pages. You put them out in upside down then, and then you use a template and you can print that 5 copies. It'll match up on each page. And then, like I said, don't worry about it because you're submitting most of these, except the A, in as a charge as you are coming in, and you are an employee of the United States corporate treasury, the dummy corporation. You've got a dummy, and basically they're a dummy. So two dummies equal a positive. Not really, but we'll just throw that out there.
Patrick, are these still going to be sent to the same address, the foreign address?
You send them to Austin, Texas, or with the 1096.
Okay.
And then I'll just send a copy to the recipients.
And then the other one goes to Ogden, okay? And the one that goes to Ogden, when you send your 1040 or 1041V and your bill of exchange, you send the B copy of the 1099A along with it. If you want to, you can even throw in a B copy of the 1090 or the 1099 OID or the 1099C, and just mark it copy. Start thinking of yourself as an employee at Walmart, okay? Because that's all that this is. This is a dummy corporation. And we have our puppet or our robot suit of armor that basically is their item out here until we break free of it and put on our own suit of armor, our own dummy. But we haven't completed the building of our dummy yet, so we need to utilize theirs in the process for added protection. But you need to read that, the 3 C's, the Rev 3 document, and look at those and see dummy corporation, and dummy director were not in the Ballantyne's dictionary, the Anderson's dictionary, or the Black's Law first edition dictionary. But yet they do appear in Bouvier's and in Black's 5th edition. Because, see, they came on the scene in the 1920s and 30 time frame.
Did you have a good anniversary today, Patrick?
Just so.
I hope you have many more.
Yes. Best wishes.
Well, hopefully we get this thing going here, and then everything else will take care of itself.
Hey, it's interesting that the woman from Trader Joe called me back and, was saying she's going to contest it, the OID.
Now, Trader Joe's, is that a
corporation?
It's a corporation, and
it's not a mom and pop.
It's a multi-state corporation.
Yep.
Yes.
They're everywhere.
Yes,
all
they're
over.
everywhere.
And basically, she was totally wrong, and you just need to put this clarification in there, and basically you will submit the charges in to the U.S. Treasury. See, when you start using that, and even if you go into a court scenario, okay, you have a court case. You put your dummy, your suit of armor on, that you are a corporate citizen or employee.
Because that's what they presume anyway.
No, we are making the wrong presumption in the damn process, okay? And then we're trying to argue the damn thing the wrong way, okay? But if you want your protection, to force the state corporation to pay and settle the bill, you have to put your armor on. If you don't put your armor on, then basically they can put a spear through that little frizzly body of yours. But with the suit of armor you have, it'll bounce right off. And see, until we get our other suit of armor completely built, okay, like Iron Man, then basically we will have our protection on an individual basis. From our dummy foreign grantor trust corporation under our 98 series EIN.
Patrick, I also noticed on the 1096 where it says signature, you put in your armor, U.S. United States of America Corporate Treasury.
I did that one for that one, okay? When you do the ones for the 1090, that's for 1099As, okay?
Mm-hmm.
When you do the 1090 C, 1099C, and 1099 OID, you're going to have to use the address for the the United States Corporate Treasury, care of the USA citizen / employee.
So that goes where the signature goes?
Huh?
Does that go where the signature goes?
On the signature line down below, I would just put United States of America Corporate Treasury, and then off to the side, I would put down USA citizen, dummy citizen, Patrick Devine, all capital. That's the title.
Yeah, you have that already on the 1096.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good example.
You see, it says on that 1096, it has to be the way either the lender, the payer, or the creditor's address is on the 1099C, OID, or the A. So that's who's filling out. Whoever is in that top box on those forms is going to be the one who is putting that 1096 form in.
And we don't do any actual signature there, just typing stuff in.
When you do the 1099A, then you can sign as as your clerk of the court.
Okay.
Or cashier. Because now that's coming in from you, your private side, really, your private suit of armor.
And that's interesting what you put there on the signature for the 1096, because you don't really have to cross out the penalty of perjury because you didn't really sign it.
Right. You're putting a dummy signature in there. It's not you. And basically when you start establishing that this is, see, everybody's been using that damn straw man. They should have been using dummy. Because that's what's in the law dictionaries.
Isn't
blacks
you said?
and Bouviers. It's dummy.
Yeah, like you said, I think you said Benjamin Franklin's last name, Franklin means dummy or something.
Yeah. And see, basically, like I said, we've had a dummy president ever since Grant, the drunk, was in office. Because they were all running a dummy corporation. And out of that time frame, there was only about 2 that really tried to work for the people, and both of them got killed. Garfield and Kennedy.
I like what you put notice to all Americans, both private and public. Does that mean both dead and alive?
Well, basically that means any person that basically is a American citizen, even though they don't know they're an American citizen, out here.
Okay, thanks.
Because basically the living is an American citizen. They're not a corporate citizen. But yet you have, like the people that are working in the U.S. Marshals Department, the court system, all these, the Sheriff Department, they're all USA corporate employees. They're under a corporation. So they're in the public. Okay, any other questions? Otherwise, the only thing I could recommend is you pull these forms down, look them over, listen to the audio, listen to what I said so far tonight several times. If you want to talk about it tomorrow night, talk about it tomorrow night.
I have a different question, Patrick.
Okay.
Is it possible for a parent to get an estate EIN for their child or children that's under 21 or 25?
Yes, you can work on it, yeah.
Like I can do it for them and they'll have it with their fiction and other name.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Basically, if you're the guardian over them and you get yourself out, then you can pull them out by shutting it down and go and get the foreign grantor trust EIN, and then you become...
Well, I figured I can start with just the estate EIN
Ray Owen,
first.
thank you.
What?
That was someone just coming on. He was told to announce himself.
Oh.
I was just thinking of just doing, first starting with just getting their estate EIN.
Well, but basically you may not have to even do that. If you get out of the system, then you might be able to go take them right into the foreign grantor scenario as you're the guardian over them.
Gotcha.
And I think going over the forms that Patrick has out there, read the 3 C's document several times. And it's actually quite interesting to see each one of the revisions, what he's added, because there's an awful lot of stuff he's put in here now.
Yeah, and then we revoke, and we will have to end up going to a civil court action. Okay? And even when you get to put on your final private suit of armor, you have to go to a civil court to get rid of this one and put the other one on. And that will be a circuit civil court. At the federal level, not at the state level. States have circuit courts. You're not going to the state circuit court. You have to go to the federal circuit court.
And he has that at the bottom of the 3Cs document.
Yeah. And then as a last resort, then you would turn to the Federal Trade Court.
International Trade Court.
Yeah.
Is the newest 3Cs document the one that's highlighted in yellow?
No, I think I took that all off. It's in the zip package. It's Rev 3.
Okay.
There's 2 zip packages and an audio. Altogether about a dozen files.
Okay.
That was in the first zip package.
Yes.
There's only 2 files in the second zip package.
Oh, Rev 2. I see it. It's a Rev 2 doc.
No, it's a Rev 3.
Oh, it is? Okay.
The yellow is the Rev 3. Yep, Rev 2. The newest one with a lot more in it is the Rev 3 in the zip package.
Yeah, you have to open the zip package that Tom posted on the site today. Okay, there's 3 files that Tom posted up there today on the site. Okay?
Yes.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yeah.
I want to wish you a happy birthday and thank you for all your work.
You're welcome.
Happy birthday, man.
Yeah, I give gifts out on my birthday.
It's a big gift.
Thank you. I was going to ask you if you knew what you were doing back in 1949 or not.
Yeah, I was trying to hang myself. I knew what the shit was coming.
That's what I figured you were going to tell me.
Yeah, I came out of Blue Baby.
There's someone with a lot of noise going on right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm done for tonight, so you guys take care. If you want to talk, go ahead and talk.
Okay.
Tom. Okay.
Thank you very much, Patrick. This is a lot of good information. We've got a lot of work to do here.
Okay. Later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Have a good one, Patrick.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything you want to talk about on this?
So I don't have the zip from today. I got one from 2/28. I'm going to look for the March one. It's not. I don't see a March one on the Yahoo group yet.
Yes, sir. It's on the Yahoo group and it's also on eConcurrent.
Is what folder is it under?
It's all in the same.
The Confederacy Bankering.
Right. Now, what I've been doing is putting the zip packages in the subdirectory within there. But I'm thinking I'm going to move them all out in the actual files and not put them in a subdirectory, but put them all in the Confederation Bank directory, which will make a lot of files there, but it'll be easier to go through and find things.
Oh, maybe that's what you're saying. It's in a subfile right now?
It's in a zip package.
Okay, I'm going to look for it. I'm at an American Federation Bank, and I saw the zip package.
You should say, look for, if it's in alphabetical order, look for.
Oh, yeah, yellow. New corporate tax form layout zip and new corporate tax.
Okay, right. Look in the right-hand column. There should be a time there rather than a date.
Yeah. Okay, I got it.
Those are the 3 files.
Okay.
And the audio is about 30 minutes, and it goes through somewhat the same thing. So Patrick did add a lot of clarification tonight too.
Can I ask you a question, Tom?
Sure.
Well, okay. My question is, since everything once again keeps changing daily, where should my focus? Should my focus be on the new files, or should my focus be on the ones he posted last week? and the new file?
Well, if the new file replaces an old file, then you don't need to worry about the old file.
I mean, yeah, I would think that, but I mean, I know we got to revoke, so.
Pardon?
I said I'm pretty sure we have to still revoke, don't we?
From what I'm understanding, though, that these new documents do the revoking. It is not necessary anymore to go do to the 5 federal agencies with the DTC and do that particular revoking.
Okay, then what about the setting up your office?
What does that mean? Setting up your office?
Your court office, your clerk of the court. I mean, we still got to set our office up, don't we?
Well, I don't. That is a good question. I really think there should be an affidavit where we tell them we're a judge on the principle that if they don't refute it, then it takes place. But I don't currently see that right now.
Okay. Then my final question is about the termination.
But I think what he's doing right now, he is just asserting on the documents that he has the court, and in some of the documents he explains, especially in the counter affidavit, that he is an equity court by means of the 11th Amendment.
Yeah.
What are we going to do with this 3Cs? Is that just for our comprehension, or are we actually going to use this document?
That's a good question too. He right now doesn't have that included in the package.
No.
But I would think that if you start getting hassled, you pull this out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of.
What were you going to say?
I'm saying.
I didn't say it. That's somebody else.
Yeah.
Considering who wrote the document and plus Patrick's little ad libs in it, I don't think we need to show that to anybody. For real.
Well, you could. There's. I have a version out there, or else I could post a version without the commentary.
Yeah. I had one about 5 years ago. That's why I knew what it was when he posted it. I said, man,
right. But I think it's important to that document has been circulating around, and I sent that to Patrick because it was right after Patrick was talking about the Pledge of Allegiance and pledging our stuff, and that's the word that stuck out when I read the Mandel House's thing, was that we are getting a hold of everything through the pledging system. And so I sent that to him, and he really latched onto it, because here Mandel House's was in around 1910 saying exactly what they're going to do to us.
That's right.
And I think when Woodrow Wilson said, I have become the most despised of presidents because I have ruined my country, it wasn't just the Federal Reserve, it was this stuff too.
That's right, that's right. I remember that because he regretted what he had did about that situation.
Yes. So I think at some point, I don't think there's anything wrong with submitting this with the commentary. Okay. Once you finally get into a court case, if I were going to submit it with the commentary, I would submit them a copy without the commentary and then a copy with the commentary.
Yeah. Tom, the determination, we still holding on to those? And if we are holding on to them, what's the reason for us holding on to them?
By termination, you mean what?
The bank termination, number one, and then some trade agreement thingy. I'm not right now.
I think you're talking about the final. Right now, the forms he presented to us tonight are for what we've been calling partial withdrawals.
Okay.
And I think he stated before that it would be good to have a reasonable history of partial withdrawals so that they knew we knew what we were doing. And that if we had a good history of partial withdrawals, there would be a less objection or nightmare or whatever when we came in and wanted to cash everything out.
Yeah.
Because once we cash everything out, we don't need any of these other forms.
Yeah. We won't need none of that.
Except, I'm wondering whether we still might. Because remember back when we were talking about the postal bank, he was saying that every year we are sent dividends for the taxes that were collected that year. We get our share of those dividends.
Yeah.
Well, if that's so, that even when we get the current balance, there's still some more dividends coming in, and we could use those to pay additional bills. He may say, comparison to getting the whole thing, is not worth screwing around with. Yes.
Looking at this 3C document that he just posted, he does have a space there in the document to put the state that we're from in the first the second paragraph there, and then down the bottom.
I think that's more for explanation to them, because it's saying we're talking either about the United States of America or the state of some particular state, wherever you're from.
Right, but I mean, it's designed so that we can use it for our own state if we're in a different state than somebody else.
Yes, you could, if you wanted to fill it out, put your own state in it, yes. I don't think
it's
necessary.
And then also at the bottom, too. If you look at the document.
Yeah, right, at the bottom and in the middle and at the bottom, right.
Right.
Right. I don't think it's necessary to do that, but it doesn't hurt to tailor it.
But what I'm saying is, I don't see there would be a problem if we use it, if we fill it out for the state that we're in and send it in to help educate these people that we're sending it to, because they're not understanding what we're trying to do. This might educate them and help them process it.
Yeah, it'll also rile them up, but I think that's what it needs to be done. I mean, he sure does have an awful lot of legal references in here. And what's powerful is that this basically came from a presidential advisor, and, telling the president this is what we're doing.
Well, it gives them an understanding that they start questioning what they're doing.
Right. We can say, when they say, "What are you doing?" We're doing exactly what Mandel House talks about. What Woodrow Wilson was told about.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
This was all decided. This was all decided at the time of the Federal Reserve came in.
Right, but I mean, if we educate them, and that's the process here, I think that we're doing. We're educating ourselves, but we also got to educate the people out there that we're dealing with, whether it's Trader Joe's or a university or whatever. This gives them background that they can go and look at it.
Well, it could be that when Gita hears from Trader Joe's, maybe her first response here is to send them corrected forms. But if she continues to hear stuff, I think we should clear this with Patrick first. But it probably wouldn't hurt to send them this saying, "This is what we're doing." Want to argue with it?
Yeah, I can maybe check with Patrick, because I did it on my two daughters on their this semester, their bill that they're trying to collect out of my back pocket.
Right.
And they responded back to me that their bank doesn't recognize it or accept it. And I said, you got to put it in writing back to me. And they're trying to harass my daughters by saying that they're responsible. And I'm saying, no, I'm the executor of their estate. I have not given them up yet.
Got it.
So that's why I'm saying I'm looking at this document. I think I'm going to send it over and talk to the president of the college. And I keep reminding them to read the documents that I have sent them not trying to threaten them that I'm going to take them to court, but it's in there. It is in the document saying that we will go to court.
Well, the thing is here, though, I think the real enforcement is that it's the Treasury that decides to pay you. The college or the bank or Trader Joe's doesn't actually decide whether they can contest it.
Well, that's fine, but I got to pay out of my pocket right now $3,000 that they want from between these two colleges.
Right,
what I'm trying to say is they need to just, accept the cancellation of the debt. Right. So if I go and pay it, then I got to go back to the treasurer. I'm trying to do it before that.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because then we're sitting in the same situation that we have right now, and I'm telling them, put it in writing why you're not accepting it.
Right,
I want a documentation.
And Marshall? Is it Marshall? Hey,
it is.
Are you going to do, because he has the new ones that just popped up with the armor writing on it. So if I were you, I would do the 1099-C with the armor. I'm going to redo my OIDs, and I'm going to do just going to redo it with the with the armor writing. The ones that the examples he gave us with the foreign grantors trust, and just putting in the 1096 with the United States of America Corporate Treasury, and then you don't sign it, you just write those things in. Print out his examples so you can have a quick look.
Yeah, I have.
I mean, I would do that because the C is cancellation.
Right.
So it's not like out of pocket.
Well, what I'm saying is I've been dealing with the comptroller right now, and they refuse to answer me, so I'm going to go up to the president of the college.
Right.
Don't
and
they
I know
have
Patricia,
don't
I think Patricia has a lot of stuff that's going on too. Are you on the line, Patricia?
Yeah, I am.
Have you been getting back stuff too? Like
no.
People? No. Oh, really? Great.
No, but I haven't sent the copy into the individual companies. I thought I would give it a lead time, once they went in.
That's a great idea. I think I should have done that too. Waited.
Yeah, I usually wait until it hits the Treasury or the IRS, and then I send the other copy in. And actually, what all you're doing is just notifying them. They can squawk all they want, but all it is a notification.
Well, I think with this new, I'm going to redo the OID and put in the new verbiage, and I think that's going to be really helpful for us.
Yeah, I'm going to do that, and then see what other ones that I have to redo. But
you did a lot more than I did.
I did a lot of them.
A lot. I did like nothing compared to you.
And I think one thing that we might want to consider, one response, is that when you do the 1099-C, you have paid off the debt.
Exactly, with the mortgage that
right.
And
if they're going to screw around with it, then we file a 211. 3949A and W9 saying they're committing tax fraud.
That, plus if I've already paid off the mortgage with the 1099-C, there should be no reason why I have to do a home modification. And I may have to take that right into that federal civil magistrate.
And John Worrell gave us the examples on how to do that.
Did he?
Yes, on the Skype group.
Oh, okay, great. And I'm prepared to do something like that.
So before I would send him in, I'd run him past Patrick, but John Worrell did discuss it with Patrick on one of our calls.
Oh, great. Do we have a recording of that with John Worrell?
Probably. What we need to do is we need to make a summary of each call, so when people say, do we have a recording of that, they can go look at the summaries.
Yeah. Because, I consider that debt paid, and there should be no reason why they're pursuing this.
But that's the way they do. Banks ignore the law big time until you can just come down on them with the big hammer. They're going to keep yammering away as if, you don't exist. They do what they want to do. They ignore courts.
Right.
Until you get a bigger court to slam them, or you just basically crash the market on them. They're going to keep doing what they're doing.
They are. So I'll redo the OYD and I haven't done the A.
But what's interesting for me, when I sent this off to Wells Fargo, they didn't contest it.
Mm-hmm.
They kept writing me notes, sort of like the IRS one. We need more time to answer this.
Yeah.
And then when they did send it back, all they did is send me the stuff that basically was in the closing package, saying, "Look, you signed here and you agreed to all of this."
Which means nothing.
We're telling them, no, we didn't sign it. They had defrauded us.
Right.
You know, Thomas, I sent one into Wells Fargo, my Visa card, and then I send one into Trader Joe, and I send one into Whole Foods. So Trader Joe was the only one that came back, like, personally called. Usually
right.
you would get written notice, not a live phone call.
Yeah, and I think Marshall is right here. That they may know that what they're doing is wrong, but they don't want to put the basically falsehood in writing.
Right.
Well, if we have them put it in writing to us, then we have a document that they're disputing what we're saying. Right now, they're just calling us up and just trying to blow us off.
Yeah,
well,
right.
If she gave me her name and number to call her back, but I'm not going to call her back. If she does call me, I'm going to say, here is my fax number. Just put it in writing and fax it to me. That's all.
Yeah.
Right. But we have the new
documents,
and I think probably our new documents are much stronger than we sent in before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I don't have any.
Because we have the new creditor. The new creditor now, the robo-creditor.
I'm going to have to print out these OIDs because I don't have any more and just use the ones that's online and then cross out where it says $50 penalty.
No. When you sign it with this stuff.
Oh, right. I'm not going to sign it. I'm just going to print it.
That nullifies the penalty for perjury.
Yeah. Good idea.
Now, I still didn't get it. Does he saying we don't put an actual signature there? We just do the typing.
But we do it only on the 1096, but the 1099As and stuff we have to sign. Certain ones we have to sign. This is only for I don't know.
Penalty of perjury one.
Yeah,
right.
I think the OID we might have to sign. But I don't think there's a penalty perjury on those.
Right.
We can go over that. Yeah.
Oh my God, I get confused sometimes.
Oh yeah, I mean he really threw a whole lot of stuff out there, and he does make a lot of changes, and it's hard to keep track of what changed. But we got to do it. We got to get it down.
I mean,
it's hard work. We got to do it.
Yeah.
I feel like they're a virus, and they keep morphing on us.
But this stuff, it does make sense. It really does.
Okay. Now, one more thing. Tomorrow, Sheba is going to come on and tell us about how the court trump card works for her.
Oh, that's so cool.
Great.
I've been listening to some of the old archive with this woman, Joyce. She was amazing. She passed away, though. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
Joyce Walbaum. She was
was she the one who got the EIN when she was young?
No. This is a woman who's like a walking dictionary with all the stuff. There's some archives about her. Somebody had posted it up earlier, and I just said, let me listen to it, and it's incredible. And when I find it, I'll repost it. It's good.
Okay.
Good info.
Yeah.
To share.
Okay, so we got our work cut out for us here.
Yes, tomorrow is study day.
Yeah.
Hey, Pat?
Yes.
Could you give me a call later? I got something else I want to talk to you about on the mortgages.
Today or tomorrow morning?
Whatever's available for you.
How about tomorrow? I've been on the road all day today. I went to visit my granddaughter at college.
Oh, that's fine. Give me a call tomorrow then. If I'm not on the call with the universities, then I'll take your call right away.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I'll shout at you. Tom, I got one more question for you.
Fire.
I got a gentleman that doesn't have his computer right now, and he was asking, is there some way that he can get the Word files without having a computer? Is there something on audio?
I don't think there's any way anybody can do this process if they don't have a computer, internet, and a multifunction printer.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering if he could listen to it. He's blind, so he's even got more of a handicap.
Okay. Well, if someone can download him the calls.
Okay.
He
well,
could
I
go
just
to.
asked,
Does he have access to a library? Can he get one of the handicap vans that could take him to the library to?
Well, he's working on getting a computer through a program, that he's working with, but I know he's been listening to the calls by dialing it in, and he's figured out a system that way on how he does the calls. And he was just asking me if I knew if there was a way to get the Word ones.
No, you need a computer to do that.
And he definitely needs something in Braille.
And he's going to need to be able to modify the Word ones. He needs a computer to do that, and then to print them out.
Hey, Tom, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm the one he's talking about. This is Bob. Anyways, I am working on getting a computer. I just was wondering if, in the meanwhile, there was a way to access them just with the phone, but apparently that's not available. So.
Well, if you had the phone that had internet capability and the phone actually does have a browser that lets you do a download, you could probably download them to the phone, but you can't process them in the phone.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I'll be getting a computer back here at some point, so I'll be able to catch up.
Okay. Yeah, but it's really hard to do this process. You need a multifunction printer because you got to print some stuff out and then scan it back in and do this and do that.
Yep, that's all going to be coming down the road here. So.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Where do they talk about the suit of armor? Where's the suit of armor to talk about?
Not in the document. This is what he brought it up today.
On the audio? That's on the audio?
That's on the audio.
It's in the audio, Steve. It's a half-hour audio.
All right.
He talked more about it on this call than he did in there, but he kind of related to some of the movies and stuff on that.
Right.
It might make a little more sense once you have the audio. I just got it just before we got on the call, so I crammed it in quick. I got to go back and listen to it myself.
Good.
So are you guys still functioning with driver's licenses and everything? Because we have to revoke all that underwriting, so you just lose all that anyhow. You have to stay outside the system, right? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're going to revoke all the underwriting and everything, you can't really have both. You can't have it both.
For me, it's not a problem because I don't have a car right now, but that's not everybody's position.
Yeah. Yeah, we still have the right.
I think we will have a method to take care of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the way Patrick was talking about it before is that you, when you finally terminate everything, you instruct the Secretary of State to provide you all equivalent documents.
Equivalent, yeah, or passports or something.
Right.
Safe pass.
Right now, we're all hanging in limbo.
Yep.
Right.
Let's get some money.
Let's
get some money and solve our immediate problems, and then work on the cleanup.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay. You're welcome. I'm going to turn off the recording now.
I posted it on the Skype group with the woman Joyce.